Hello friends, welcome to Framework Season 3, Data Driven Framework in Selenium Part 2. This is Haradhan once again as usual. In this session, I will let you know how we can read the data from Excel sheet and how we can write the data in Excel sheet. So in my last video, you already seen how we can read the data from Excel sheet, and by reading the data from Excel sheet, we can input the data in our code, and with the different data combination, we can run our test script. Thank you all for watching my videos. In case you are enjoying my videos and learning automation testing and Java, please do like and share my videos. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification as and when I will upload any new videos. Do not forget to provide your valuable comment for any input or suggestion. Stay tuned for my next videos. So whenever we want to read or write the data from the Excel sheet, we need to install Apache PY, because Apache PY is an open source library developed and distributed by Apache Software Foundation to design or modify Microsoft Office files using Java program. It is a popular API that allows working around Excel file using Java program. In short, user can read and write MS Excel file using Java. So Apache PY is user Java Excel solution. So user need to use XSSF in case they want to read or write an OXML Excel file using Java, which will be the 2007 onward version, which will be extension will be XLSX. It has many predefined method, classes and interface. So what are the prerequisites to work with the data driven framework through in which we want to read and write the data? First, obviously Eclipse will be there. We need to install testng jar file, we install Selenium jar file, and we need to install all the Apache PY jar files, and definitely Microsoft Excel, where we will be keyed the input data, as well as we will create some columns where we will be entering some data from the output, right, as a result of output. So to download Apache PY jar file, we need to navigate to that particular location. So here, if we need to go to the locations, right, if you open that particular link, there will be link will be available. The latest stable release for Apache PY is 4.1.2. Need to click on that, and here you need to click on the install the zip file. So if you click on the zip file, there will be some link will be there. You can install the HTTP. Need to click on that, so it will be installed. Once it is installed, so zip file you need to unzip it. After once you unzip it, that particular file will be available here, right? So here you can see the PY jar file is there and OXML file is there. And if we go to the OXML library files, you can see XML beans, right? If file is there, these are the important file we need to import in our project to read and write in the data. And also in the library file, you can feed several jar files is there. So this all the file is required whenever you want to read and write the data, right? So we need to download the zip files, and after that download is successful, we need to import all the jars files, right, in the project. So suppose here I already created a project, right, testng project, and here I already created a framework, package called data driven framework, and here I have created a class called read and write test data, right? So if you select the project, give me right click. So you can see you need to click on the properties options, and here you need to go to the Java build path, right? If you select the Java build path options, you can see you need to go to the libraries, and if you want to add add external jars, you need to click on that, right? After that you need to add all the jar files, whatever is downloaded as part of your Apache PY. These all jar files, library jar file and jar file, and definitely testng jar file should be there. So and also the Selenium jar file should be there, right? So Selenium jar file is there, and all the jar file I have also installed, and also testng jar file is already available here, right? You can see the testng jar is also there. So these are the prerequisites whenever you want to read and write the data. Okay, so here I already created a project, right? And here first thing is that you need to create some Excel sheet, right, from which you will read and write the data. So in the D drive I have created Excel sheet called Facebook login credentials, right? Through Excel sheet I will enter the ID and password and I will store the test result. So I have created three different column: user ID and password, and in the test result I will add up my result here. In case this is pass or fail, I want to write add the output. So it will update the Excel. So here user ID I want to run with two user ID, username 1 and 2, password username password 1 and 2, and I want to write the data in the test result column, right? That is the third column. Okay, so I in my project already all the jar file is already there, right? So I just created a normal project, okay, normal class, right? It is not the test class but normal class created, but I can write use that at the rate test annotation. So I will use at the rate test annotation. So here you can see some error message is coming. After at the rate test annotations, right, I need to create one method, right? So I will use public void. I will create the method name as Facebook login page. Return type will void, so Facebook login page, that is the method I am creating, and it will be in closed with bracket, right? Definitely. Then I need to start with second bracket. Okay, so here I need to import, right, first at the rate test annotation from the test ng. You can see org.test annotation I need to import at the rate test. So I already created at the rate test, and I already created successfully one method, right, which is Facebook login page, right? Now I will define some driver, web driver. Create an object or instance for the web driver interface, which will be driver, right? So I need to import the web driver interface from org.openqi.selenium packages, right? Then I will use the simple this line of code to launch the Chrome browsers and to pass the URL for Facebook page. So first is I am setting the properties for the Chrome drivers. This is my path, and whatever object or instance created for the web driver interface I am instantiating the Chrome driver, right? So I need to import the Chrome driver class from the org.openqi.selenium.page, right? Then I need to maximize the driver. Then I need to open the Facebook page, right? But here after opening the Facebook page, so here I already opened the Facebook page, right? So here I need to enter the email and the password, right? Okay, so instead of manually entering, I want to take the data from this particular column. This will be username, user ID, which will be the email address or phone number, and then password, right? And in case it is successful, then I will update the test result in the C, in the third column or C column. Here it is blank, so I will update it, right? So in the Excel sheet, whenever we are dealing with the Excel sheet, you know, right? There are several important things there. One is the first workbook, right? This is the workbook, right? And under the workbook there will be several sheet will be there, sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3, right? And each and every sheet there will be rows and column, or we can call as cell, right? This is cell, right? Or this is row 0 column 0, this is row 0 column 1, this is row 0 column 2, like that. So this one row 1 column 0, like that. Okay, so first it will be workbook, then it will be worksheet, and then it will be cell or row and column. Okay, so I will define some global variable here. I already mentioned here. So whenever it will be XLS file 2007 onward, I need to use XSF, right? So I will be use XSF, XSSF, then it will be workbook. First I will declare create the variable for workbook. So I will be creating the variable called workbook, right? So we need to import XSS workbook from org.apache.py XSF.userModel packages. Then I will create worksheet, right? So XSF, it will be sheet, and I am creating the variable called worksheet. Also I need to import the XSF sheet from the org.apache.py.xsf.userModel package. Then I will create the variable for cell. So it will be XSSF cell. So you no need to remember, right? Then I will create variable name as cell, okay, and I will import it. So until you are, uploading all the jar file in your project, so it will be not be visible. That is the reason you need to import all the Apache PY jar files in your project, so that the particulars, right, classes will be available, right, or method will be available from the relevant packages. So I already mentioned, right? So whenever we are dealing with the Excels, so first it will be workbook, right? This is the workbook, and under each and every workbook there will be different sheet, right? Sheet 1, 2, 3. You can create multiple sheet, right? So I am creating another sheet, okay? And under the sheet, each and every sheet, it will have some rows. This is the rows and this is the column, or you can consider as a cell, right? So I have declared 3 different variables, right? So you need to remember, it is 2007 onward, it is .xlx, so you need to use XSSF. And workbook, I am declaring the variable name workbook. Sheet, I am declaring the variable name as worksheet, and cell, I am declaring the variable name as cell. This is very much simple, okay? Now, right, I need to access the file, right, to load the file, right? So I need to create the class of the file, right? So I will create a variable for file class. It will be file equal to new file, and here I need to give the path, right? Or here I can create another variables called string path, string file path or Excel path, equal to, I need to give the Excel path, right? So here it is placed in the D drive, right? So it is placed in the D drive. So I need to start with inverted comma, and I need to keep another bracket, and this is the file name. This is the Excel file name, Excel sheet name .xlsx, right? This is the Excel path, and which will be string. I need to end with colon, and here I will pass the parameter as Excel path, right? And I need to import the file class here, right, from the java.io packages. So I want to read the file first, so it will load the file, right? It will load the file. Load the file, Excel file, right? Then I want to read the file. So what is the syntax for read the file? What is the class available in Java? It is file input stream, right, through which I can read the file. So file input, if you do not know, right, place file input and press Ctrl spacebar. So all the classes will be displayed here. Okay, sorry, if you do not know, press file and press Ctrl spacebar, right? So file input stream, you can see this is the Java IO package available. So I am declaring a variable FIS equal to new, right? You need to again give the file input stream, and here you need to provide the path of the file, right, and you need to close with semicolon, right. So here you need to import the file inputs class, right, from the, so here we need to add some throw declarations. So I will add some throw declaration. So it will be IO exceptions I want to throw in, because I am using some file, right, okay, and file input stream also added here, right. You can see here file input stream will be added, right, file input stream. That particular class is available in the java.io package, right. So this file input class will be used, right, to load the sheet, particular sheet. Here it is load the file, and it will be used to load the sheet. So under the file there will be different sheet, right, it will be used to load the sheet, okay. So now I already declared some variable for the workbook, right. So now I can access the sheet, right, workbook, any of the workbook. So I will create that variables workbook here, and workbook equal to okay, workbook equal to new XSF workbook, right, equal to new XSF workbook, and here I will be passing the FIS, right, the variable for file input stream. That's why I want to read the workbook, okay. So this will load the sheet, right, sorry, this will load the file, this will load the workbook, and this will load the sheet, right. Okay, here it will be access for, it will be used to access the particular sheet, okay, sorry, particular workbook. Now, right, if I use the sheet, right, workbook we can access it. Now if I want to access the sheet, worksheet, so I need to use the variable for worksheet, worksheet equal to it will, we need to use the variable workbook, right, workbook dot, if you press dot you can see there will be different function will be here. We need to use get sheet, right, get sheet, right, a return type you can see it is XSF sheet, right. So we will be return type already we using the variable for XSF sheet, which is the worksheet, right. So I will be using that particular get sheet, okay, at, because I will be giving the index will be 0. So I want to read the first, right, sheet. So here in the Excel I want to read the first sheet, or I can give the sheet name as well. In case there is multiple sheet, you do not, suppose say 10 sheet is there, if you do not know the actual number, so you can give the sheet number, okay. So now I am able to read the worksheet, right, now I am able to read the worksheet. Now I want to read all the cells one by one, right. So here I need to use the some for loop, right. Here you can see in the first row, right, it is row 0, right, and it is row 1 and row 2. In the row 0 I don't want to read it, because here no data is there, only the header is there, right. So whenever I will be creating the using the for loop, so it will be starting from row actually 2, which is row 1, 0 and 1 row, right. So it will be starting some for loop I will be using. So it will be starting, instead of 0 it will be starting integer I equal to 1, right, I plus plus, and it will go, sorry, I equal to 1, then I less than, right, equal to, it will go till worksheet, dot rows, right? Dot get last rows number, get last row number. Okay, you can see it is XSF sheet, get last rows number. Okay, why we need to go, we need to see how many data is already there, right? So here it will go till the second row, right? First row, second row and third row. So it will, starting from 1 it will go to 2. So in case it is data is available, so it will go here also, it is data is available, it will go here. So it will try to find out, I mean, how many row data is available. So it is go to the last row number, right, where data is available. Okay, and it will go I plus plus, it will iterate I plus plus. And obviously it is a for loop. I need to use second bracket, right? Then I need to import data, right, for the first column. Okay, I need to import data. For what is the first column name? User ID. I need to import data for user ID, right? How can I import it? So I already created a variable called cell, right? So I will use that variable, right, cell, which will be worksheet variable dot get row, right, get row, and I am giving the variable as row because it will starting from 1, right, and dot get cell, right, and cell number is 0 because I want to read the first cell, right? This is the first cell. So that column I am not, sorry, that row I am not considering, right? So I am considering from second row, that is 0th, and first row, that is first, right? That is the reason my for loop is starting from I equal to 1 and it is going till the number of row, I mean data is available, right? That means last row number and I plus plus, and here cell whatever I am storing it, right? So I am getting to the worksheet variables and then get row of ith row. So it will iterate, right, one by one. So it will iterate all the row one by one, right? Here you can see iterate. That is the reason I am getting I row and cell number 0, right? Because it is the first row. That is the reason cell 0, and it is cell 1, it is cell 2, right? Okay. Now after that I need to set cell type, right? Because cell type will be string, right? So cell dot set cell type, set cell type, and here type will be, what is the type? It will be string, right? Cell type dot string, right? It will be cell type. Okay. Then I need to find the element, right, user ID, where I will be entering the data from the that particular cell, right? This is the user ID. It will be all the column value will be entered in the user ID field, and second is the password field, right? It will be entered here. So I need to inspect the element. I need to press F12 button. I need to inspect it. So I need to find some properties, right? Here you can see the name or ID is equal, right? So I will inspect the element. Driver dot find element by dot ID. What is the ID? I will be using that ID is the email, right? ID is email. Okay. So in case anything is entered, I want to clear first, right? Okay, I need to end with colon. After that I need to clear first, clear the value, right? After the value is cleared, I want to add the value. right? Then I need to add the value, so I need to send keys dot send key. And how, what value I will be passing here? It will be passing cell value, right? That particular cell value. So I will be passing send keys will be cell dot get string, right? It will, I need to get the string value only, get string, right, and cell value. So whatever value is there in the string value in the cell for column, I want to pass it, right? So here now it will be giving the value to that particular field, right, to the username one field. Okay, now let's run the code and let's see if it is working or not. So I need to close the first Excel sheet, right? Otherwise it will not be able to run it if you do not close it. So let's run it and let's see what is happening, whether it is taking the value or not. So it will not take, because in case if you want to run it, you need to definitely close all the Excel sheet. You need to close it. So it will try to launch the Chrome browsers, right? It will maximize the browsers. It will pass the URL for Facebook page. It will try to find out the value, right? Find out the email field, and it will try to enter the value. Okay, it is entering username 1. Okay, only one value is entering here. So here you can see run is 1, right? The other value is not getting entered here. Okay, so I will create the full suite, after that you can see. Okay, then I need to, right, import the password, right, in the other field. For the password, right? Similar way I will use the cell. Okay, cell equal to worksheet get row I, because I am using the I for loop, right? And here cell number will be 1, right? Get cell will be 1, right? Because it is the cell 1, right? So it will try to read the password field, right? Okay, then I also want to enter the password field, right? So here I will inspect the password field, right? So here if I want to inspect the password field, so what is the important attribute is there for the password field? You can see ID is pass, right? So I will change it to pass the ID. The rest of the thing is same. It will clear it and it will add the right string value, right? Because it is writing from the, it is defining a string, right? So it is getting the string value from the cell. Okay, now here if we want to see, right, if you want to wait for some time, we can still wait and we can see that value is getting displayed here properly. So I will wait for some time. Thread dot sleep. Suppose I will wait for 3 seconds. Okay, and here I need to surround with try catch block, add with try catch block. Okay, now let's close the Excel sheet. So here 2 rows is there, right? Data is available in the 2 rows. Username 1, password 1, username 2, password 2. So I did not write any code for the test result updation as of now. So I have written the code only for reading the data from the Excel sheet and also running my script. Okay, now let's run the code and let's see what is happening here. I am closing the Excel sheet. So I am running my program. So it is launching the Facebook page. You can see username 1, password name 1 is entering. After waiting for 3 seconds, it will clear the value. It is not clearing. Okay, so I'll identify the problem in case any problem is happening here. So run is 1. Okay, so what is the value it is taking? It is taking only Facebook login page. Okay, so for the output file, for whatever data I want to enter here, right, as part of my output, so I will write some code, right? What code I will write? I will create another class. I mean use another class which will be file output stream. You know, right, for whenever if you want to write some data, you have to use another class. So I will just simply type file and press Ctrl space bar. You can see file output stream. So I will use output stream, right? So here I will be using another variable file output FOS output stream equal to new file output stream, and I will be passing the reference as file, right? Here I want to update some value in the Excel sheet, right? Whatever Excel sheet has been created in the third column or C column, in the test result column. Okay, so whatever value I want to update it, so I am writing the value here. Suppose string value I want to update test result equal to I want to update is past, say I want to update that value past. Okay, now how will be update the value? I need to access that cell, right? So I need to use first worksheet variable dot get row. I want to get the row. Here definitely I will be passing the I, because I am using that I for loop, right? The for loop where I will declare the variable as I, right? Then dot, I need to create another cell, right? So I will use create cell, right? Then here what is the cell number? Because this is the cell 0, this is the cell 1, and this is the cell 2, right? Here I will be updating the data. So it is not considering, so it is starting from 1. I is starting from the row number 1. So I will create another cell, right? So cell index will be 2, and then I want to set the value, set value, right? Set value. So what value I want to store here? It will be string value, right? Set cell value, and here I will be passing the string value is test result. Okay. So whatever string I want to update, it will be update. After that I want to update workbook, right? Workbook dot write, I need to write that particular FOS, write, and here I want to pass the FOS file output stream. So that is the line of code I need to write here. Okay. So now if I want to run my program, let's see how it is behaving here. Okay. So now let's first close the Excel sheet. So here in the test result column no value is there, right? Okay, but I want to update the value as pass in case username and password is taking the value. Okay, let's run the code and let's see. So it will be launching the Chrome browsers. It is opening the Facebook page, it is identifying the email ID and password fields, and it is entering the value. Okay, but it is not taking the other value from the Excel sheet, right? So I need to identify the problem, root cause. So I am closing here, closing the Excel sheet, closing the other browsers. Okay, I need to see whether the value is updated for the first one or not. right? You can see the past is getting updated. First column is value is getting entered, and obviously test result also updated fast. But I need to inspect the why the other column is not getting run here. Okay, so I will identify the problem. Okay, so here some bracket was incorrectly placed. Okay, that is the reason that particular loop was not considering. Okay, that bracket was not properly placed. Okay, now I have corrected the code, same thing, right? So what are the line of code I have written? So I have declaring the first driver, right? Web driver, we are creating a variables or object or instance called drivers for the web driver interface, and I am creating the variable for excessive workbook and sheet worksheet variables, and then cell. I already mentioned, right? First I need to go to the workbook, and under the workbook there will be different worksheet, and in the cell either it will be row column format or in the cell format, right? Then I am creating the @test annotations, and I am creating a object, sorry, method name called Facebook login page, where I will want to give the ID and password, right? So I am setting the properties for the Chrome drivers. I am launching the Chrome drivers. I am maximizing the driver. I am passing the URL for Facebook. Then as I want to read the data from the Excel sheet, right? So I am giving the path. I am storing it in the string variables, and I am creating a right variable for the file class, and I am passing the path reference, and I want to read the file, so I am using the file inputs class and creating a variables, and here I am passing the path for reference for the file class, right? Then I want to write, first go to the workbook, right? Once I know the workbook, I need to go to the worksheet. Why? Here the worksheet will be 0, right? Because it is the first worksheet tab, right? Then once I go to the worksheet first tabs, then I want to read the cell value, right? So for the cell value, I already mentioned in the cell, right? Here in the first row, I already mentioned only the right header, so I will definitely not read, right? So I will read from here. So I will read here, right? Okay, let's remove the data here. So I will read the user ID and password field, and I will update in the third column called test result. Okay, so here I am using the for loop, which will be starting from the second row, that is the 1. It is row 0 and 1, right? So that is the row, and it will go to the last column, right? Whatever data is available in the last row, and it will plus iterate it. Then I will be using the cells variable, where it will be, how can I get it? I need to go to the worksheet first, right? Then worksheet, okay, not the workbook, this is the sheet name, and here I need to go to the row number and get cell 0, because this is the cell 0, right? Row 0, cell 0. So here I need to convert it to the string. Then I need to identify the email field and clear the value, and I will set the values. Similar way for the password field, it will be cell 1, right? It is cell 1. I want to clear the value, and I want to set the value, and I will wait for 3 seconds, so that ID and password, email ID and password field will be entered, and it will wait for 3 seconds, and another field, another value will be entered, right, from the Excel sheet. And if I want to write the data, so these are the column, it is a blank column, right? So first I need to use the file output stream class, where I am creating a variables, and I am passing the reference for the file class, and I want to update the data is passed, which I am storing in the test result string. Then definitely I need to use the first, I need to access workbook, right? Then the rows, right? This is the row value, and I will create a new cells where I will be updating the data. It will be cell 2, right? This is the cell 2, and I will want to set the values, which is the string value. Then I want to write it, right, in the file output stream. So workbook write FOS. Now if you run the code, you can see. So first it will launch the Chrome browsers. Once the browser is launched, it will pass the URL for Facebook, and then it will try to identify the email ID and password field. It will enter the value for the first, right, first set, and it will wait for 3 seconds. It will clear the value, and it will enter another set value. No, it is still not working. So it was working just like before. Okay, I need to inspect it once more. It is failure, it is failed. Okay, that is the reason it is not able to, because my Excel sheet is open here. That is the reason. Let's run it once more after closing the Excel sheet. So it will enter username 1, password 1, then it will wait for 3 seconds. You can see it is working, right? Username 2 and password 2, right? So it is working fine, absolutely working fine, right? So I am closing it. If I want to open, you can see right now run is 1, failure 0, and all the test case is pass status. Okay, so all are pass status only. Now if we open the Excel sheet, you can see it will update both the column value, right? Both the row, it will be updated by the past that particular string value whatever I have given, right? You can see it is passed, right? Now let's remove the value, okay, for the past one, and I want to amend it, right? Instead of 2 variable, 2 data set, I want to pass 5 data set, and also obviously 5 data set result will be updated for the 5 times, right? So now it will be first combination will be username 1, password 1, username 2, password 2, 3, 4, password 3, and 4, username 1, password, username 4, password 4, username 5, password 5. Let's close, let's save the Excel sheet, and let's close the Excel sheet, and let's run the code again, and let's see whether it is running for 5 different data combination. It is updating the 5 times the past status. So it will open the Chrome browsers, it will open the Facebook page, it will first identify the email password field, it will enter the username 1 combination password 1, wait for 3 seconds, it will enter username 2 password 2, wait for another 3 seconds, it will enter username 3 password 3, wait for another 3 seconds, it will enter username 4 password 4, wait for another 3 seconds, it will enter the final one, username 5 and password 5, right? And now if you close the browsers, if you open the Excel sheet, and you can see all the 5 data combination it has been entered, and obviously your test result column will be updated for all the data combination, right? Now that is the result, you can see it is updated, right? Now remove the data, and now if you want to reduce it to 3 data combination, right? So if you update it, right? So that is the benefit, right? If you want to run it for 10 times, if you want to update the username password value, it will update every time. You can update from the Excel instead of writing, instead of touching the code, right? And if you want to update it with fail, you will update it with fail, right? So here I want to run 3 data combination and test result instead of pass, I will update it here. So I will update only 1 times, right? Instead of pass, say I want to update it with fail, suppose say failed. Okay, now let's run the code and let's see whether it's getting updated with fail, and it will run only for 3 times because I have given 3 different data combination, username and password combination. So it will launch the Facebook page, it will enter the first data combination, username 1, password 1, it will wait for 3 seconds, username 2, password 2 combinations, okay, and it will wait for another 3 seconds, it will enter the last combination, username 3 and password 3. It will not enter any more combination because only Excel sheet 3 combination was there, right? And I want to update the test result with a failed, right? Because test result I have updated with failed. Now if you open the Excel sheet here, just refresh it and open the Excel sheet, you can see. So test result also get updated with failed, right? So that is the beauty of the data driven framework, right? So we are not only reading the data, also we are writing the data, okay? So I am again going through the line of code. So definitely first, what are the different prerequisite is there? First, obviously Eclipse will be there. You need to import the testng jar files, Selenium jar file, and all the Apache PY jar file. All you need to import everything in your project whenever you are creating the new project. And obviously in the Microsoft Excel, you need to create your data combination and test result column, right? Where you want to update it. and all the that particular project you need to create it. Under the project you need to create some package, and in the package you need to create some class, normal class. Okay, so if you want import all the jar files, obviously you can import all the your relevant, right, packages. Okay, suppose WebDriver, if you install the Selenium jar file, you can get the WebDriver class and Chrome driver class, right? Sorry, WebDriver interface and Chrome driver classes packages. Okay, and if you install the that particular Apache PY, definitely you can get all the details for the Excels, right? Workbook, sheet and cell and excessive. Okay, then first you need to declare the global variables for all the important aspects, and you need to set the path for the Chrome drivers, launching the Chrome driver, passing the URLs, and you need to read the Excel file, right? And we need to use some for loop where we will be going to the second rows, that is the row number 1, and we will go to the last row. Okay, and first cell I want to read the data for the ID, sorry, emails, and I am converting it into string, so I am clearing every time. Similarly for second row I want to get the password field, and I am waiting for 3 seconds so that you can see whether it's working or not. And for the writing the data, I need to use the file output stream class, and I need to update to the right fail or pass whatever status is there. I need to use the for loop for the accessing the rows. I need to create another cells where I am setting the values, right, and I need to write it. Okay, so that is the line of code, so through which I can simultaneously I can read the data, I can write the data. Okay, so that is the part 2 of the data driven framework. In the next sessions I will cover the keyword driven framework and hybrid framework. Okay, thank you for watching my videos.